Oh my god, you clicked on my video. Thank you so much. That means you're interested in watching. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Saskia and thank you for coming. To the persons who aren't new here, welcome back. New subscribers or new watchers, welcome. Today I will be talking about my J1 experience and travel. So I'm using my front camera, so if I'm looking here, it's because I'm looking at myself, but this is where the camera is. So today we'll be talking about my J1 experience and travel. Before I do start the video though, I am outside, so it's going to be a little noisy, but I really hope that the audio is clear enough so you can hear me properly. So let's jump right into the video. So as I told you guys before, I am outside, so it's going to be a little bit noisy, but I'm going to try my best to talk as loud as possible so that you guys will be able to hear me clearly. The first thing we're going to talk about is what J1 is and how do you go about J1, right? So J1 is a work and travel experience program for college students. Not necessarily college students, but anybody in tertiary institution, students in tertiary institution. So it can be university, it can be college, I think it can be even community college, as long as it's a tertiary institution. And that's what J1 is. It's basically for students who are interested in working a little extra money, students who are interested in learning about different cultures, students who are interested in just traveling and doing more. So it gives you the opportunity to not only travel and to learn about different cultures, but it also gives you the opportunity to make a little money. It's probably not a lot, but it helps in going back towards your school fees, helps towards any little thing that you want to do. It's money that I can work with. So that's what J1 is. Hopefully that was understandable. So I'm gonna tell you some steps like how to go about J1. Basically just the need to know. So the first thing you need to do is find a suitable and affordable agency. How do you go about the agencies? For me, the agency, they came to my school and they basically advertised themselves. It was more than one of them, it was several of them, but you got to choose the one that's right for you, the one that caught your eyes, the one that your pocket is able to afford, just the one that is right for you. And when you find the right agency or the one that you think is right, make sure you do your research, because even though some of these agencies, they come nice and pretty and give you so much reasons as to why you're supposed to choose them, some of them are fake. A lot of them are seriously fake. So you gotta make sure that you choose the right agency for you. Do your research, ask other people about it, check out them page. Social media has a lot to do with everything too. So go on social media, go on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever your social is. Go and check out the agency before you decide to like go through with this process and invest your money. Go ahead and do your research about agencies, because if you lose your money, it's all on you. Nobody is going to give you back your money. So if you lose your money, it's all on you. So it's really your duty as a J1 student to go ahead and research about the agency. So the second step is, after you find a suitable or affordable agency, the second step is payments, or to go ahead with payments, or to tell you about payments or whatever. But before I reach payments, when you do sign up with the agency, they're going to take your email, your name, some of them take your address, but not all of them, your phone number. When they do this, because they want to make sure that you're a valid student and they want to keep points or checks on you. So when they take your emails, they're going to send you information about the agency, about the jobs that they have to offer, the sponsor, just the regular information that one needs to know. So make sure that when they send you these information, you go ahead and you read them, because you don't want to be signing a contract to what you don't know, whatever you're signing about, right? So go ahead and try to read up about these things, even when them send you valid things that seem valid to you. Still go ahead and read up about all of this, okay? Capiche? Anyways, I have my notebook, so that's why I keep putting my head down. But yeah, so if the agency that you chose or that chose you and them start the process and them start sending information and something but and you still don't feel like the agency that you're supposed to use, go ahead and change it. Go ahead and change it. Once you don't pay your money or anything, you can go ahead and change it and go to another agency that you think is better for you. So they can't really force on you to say you have to choose my agency, or if you not go with me, whatever. If they try to do that, report them, because some of them are that presumptuous to try to do that. So if they try to, report them. So you find a suitable agency, one that is affordable enough to fit your pockets. Do your research, get your valid information, do your research, same thing, find out about them, ask persons about them, previous person, because a lot of students go on J1 work and travel experience. So try to talk to students who has done the experience before, because more than likely they know the goals, the ups and downs, and so on. So try to talk to them and learn a little bit more. Don't just take what the agency has to say, but listen to the others. They can help you too. Sorry. So whenever you start the process, or when the process is about to begin, the agency is going to give you a sponsor. The sponsor is a person who, or the company who really sponsors the agency in order to allow you to go on the work and travel. So the sponsor gives you insurance, they give you basically placement for the job that you're going into, and the necessary information. They help you to get an embassy date and stuff like that. That's really who the sponsor is. But even though the agency is working with this sponsor, I can't stress it enough how much you're supposed to research this, because some of these sponsors are even fake, or they don't carry you up to 100%. They'll carry you half of the way and leave you. So you still got to be careful about the sponsors that you're using, even though the agency recommended this sponsor, okay? Still do your research. The next thing I have is they're going to ask you for the necessary documents in order to start the process. So some of the documents that they asked me for was like my passport. Passport is a must, guys. You cannot go on work and travel without a passport. That's the first thing you need to present, your passport. And they need to make sure that you are eligible to travel. So that's the first thing you need to present, your passport. They asked me for my passport. I needed to get my TRN. That was necessary. You need a TRN, basically identification. You need passport, TRN. You're going to need a transcript from your school. You're going to need a status letter. Status letter is for the agency, and the transcript is for the visa office. So it's necessary to get your status letter before you get the transcript. So just work towards getting your status letter first and then the transcript after, because you don't need that until you're going to look about your visa, right? So that's the necessary documents that they asked me for in order for me to start the processing. I'm sorry, the wind is really affecting my sinus. I'm sorry. So after you get the necessary documents, I gave you an example of the documents that you'll need. So now we're going to move on to making payments and the processing after making payments. So some agencies are a bit expensive, and some agencies really don't have to be this expensive, but they are. There are some agencies that will tell you that they are this expensive because of their sponsor, and the sponsor requires a certain amount of money, or they'll tell you that it's expensive because they're trying to get the best jobs for you, or they'll tell you that it's this expensive because the job that they're getting for you, it pays a lot of money. But some of this is lie. Believe me when I tell you, some of this is a lie. Some of them really don't have to be this expensive, but they want to make extra money out of you. But don't worry yourself. You see, if you feel like, say, if you feel that this agency, even though it's expensive, this is the one that you want to go with, I'm not going to tell you not to go with them, because this is the one that you feel comfortable with. But there are cheaper agencies, even though you have to be careful with the cheap agencies too, because some of them are really scammers. But there are cheaper agencies that still give you good jobs with good pay and in good locations too. But in all things, it's first come first serve. So if you take a long time to like pay your money, start the process and so on, it's gonna take you a longer time, or you're gonna get the what left jobs. The processing normally starts like well, not the processing, but the agencies normally come to your schools or start advertising from about November, December, and the processing for the work and travel starts about say February, March. That's when they start the processing, because they want you to leave as soon as you finish school. Like April, May is when you're supposed to like be set to leave the country to go to the different country that is sending you to start working, or for culture exchange or whatever it might be. So be careful of the agency that you choose, because some of them are scammers. They are really scammers. There are some programs, why I keep saying anyways, some programs that will charge you a hell of money, but some of them don't. So if it make the smart choice and go with the one that is not too cheap and is not too expensive, the one in between, try that one and it might just work out for you. That's what I did. My program, it was kind of expensive, but it wasn't as expensive as some of the other programs that I saw other students go on. This video is kind of long. I'm going to probably have to do a part 2. Anyways, so you make payments and you wait for the processing. So they're going to ask you to make sure that like you pass your courses and so on, because your GPA has to be a certain GPA in order to travel. That's a very important thing. You have to have a certain GPA in order to travel. So the agency is going to like tell you, make sure you pass all your courses, make sure you do this and that. They're going to tell us to really focus on school, because they want you to travel, because they also want your money, but you also want the experience. So make sure that you do enough work so that your GPA can be good enough to travel, because if your GPA is not, I think it has to be like 2.5 or 2.3, I don't remember, but if your GPA is not good enough, you won't be able to travel. So just make sure that you focus on school in the meanwhile after you make payments. And some agencies just require you to make like half of the payment, and when it's closer to the end of the processing, they pay the rest of the money. So make sure you focus on school, get your GPA up so you can go up. Yeah. So after that, like you're gonna get when the processing, when you finish with school and whatever, you know, say GPA up, you're ready for like, yeah, officially go into the processing. So when you go into the processing now, they're going to tell you about placement, the different jobs that they have. First come first serve, as I said, like persons get different jobs, and it's really based on how quick you go, and they place at different places. For some agencies, them always try send the students like back a bush, you know, some country, but it's not all of them. First comes first serve, as I said before. So they allow you to choose the job that you want and the pay that is there. Like they give you, for example, if you want to like work in housekeeping will pay like $13. If you want to work like in a restaurant will probably pay like $15 or $12, but then you also get tips, so the restaurant thing work out. Or if you're working like in retail or whatever, some places don't give tips, but then the pay is still good. But lifeguarding is way cheaper and the pay is better, but not everybody wants to go on lifeguarding because it's not the most favored job to choose. So first come first serve basis, that's what they really use. So placements, and they tell you about the company that you're going to go with, the company that you're going on. So after they tell you about the company, make sure you research on the company, because you don't want to go and not know anything about the company that you're going to work with. So after you send in your documents and whatever, like your transcript, your status letter, all the necessary documents, application form, and so on. Then the company or the agency schedules an interview with the company that you're going to work with. In this interview, you need to know as much as possible about the company. Like, they don't really ask you like when the company was started and things like that. No, but like they need to know necessarily, like, make sure that you know what you're doing, that you're not just coming here for coming reasons, but like just know the necessary things about the company, because you're gonna have an interview. And in the interview, make sure you're confident. Because the interviewer checks for confidence. If you're not confident and you got a puny hi, my name is Saskia and blah blah, no, go up there confident. Hi, my name is Saskia, blah 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 blah, just an example. So yeah, just do your best. As I said, research a company and familiarize yourself with the company, what the company is about, etc. So I'm going to end this video right here, right now. If you made it to the end of this video, please share, like, share, like, subscribe, and tell somebody else about it. Turn on your post notification, please. Help your girl to get to 500 followers, 500 subscribers, sorry, and then we can move from there. But I'm so thankful that you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm gonna do a part 2 very soon. Let's see how well this does. I'm gonna do a part 2, and so I can keep you guys updated on the do's and the don'ts, etc. Bye. That don't make no sense.